At the start of this whole process, the government robbed us of our voice. They've taken council out of the planning. If there is a state significant development, from 30 days we get 14 days. The developer gets a year, maybe 2 years to put together several thousand pages of submission, and we get 14 days. So we had our voice robbed. Chris Minns did come to the fire station recently, and Jackie got him to come up to Mona Vale Road to get some photos there. One of his staff said, "So is this the centre of Mona Vale?" That's as much as they know about us, right? We're a map with some streets on it, and someone put a texter over it. I reckon that's how they rezoned us. We have had development here all along, right? We just want it to be kept in scale and in the way of the suburb that we came here that we love. We need affordable housing. Nobody shakes their head around that. But this legislation is not delivering affordable housing. We know why the developers are here. I mean, we need our eyes open, and the government certainly needs their eyes open. Developers are here to put in luxury apartments that multi-millionaires will buy. Nothing affordable about that. Prior to this rezoning, this area was actually achieving its targets for growth. We were always pulling our weight. People who've lived in this part of the world for a long time will know it looks nothing like the suburb that it was 30 or 40 years ago. For years, right, people have fought to keep this place the way it is. It's our turn, right? The assault on this place never went away. It's our turn. We've got to take up the cudgel from those others and fight the fight. Now, we've got a bus service. We don't have a rapid transit system. We'll never get a train track up here. We'll never get new ferries. The only way in and out of this place is 2 streets, right, that are clogged up right now. But the reality of being here is that the place is straining already, all right? If 35% of the rezoned area is developed, it will double the population of Mona Vale itself. That's our village ground to a halt. I'm a bus driver. If I have a bus and I go to a stop, and let's say everybody's seated as a resident of Mona Vale, so the bus can be Mona Vale, and that bus is full, so everybody's standing are the people who come into Mona Vale every day, right? If I drive up to a stop and I have people waiting at the stop, it is unsafe for me to let them get on my bus, right? But what the state government wants me to do is to tell people to shove back and to squeeze more people on the bus. In the case of bushfire, we've had bushfires. Many people here will remember 1994, right? The only evacuation route for people north of here, Barrenjoey Road, the only other way after that, Mona Vale Road. In 1994, the fire jumped Mona Vale Road and it closed, right? So you shove a whole lot of people into this area, you increase risk of property loss and loss of life. And the government is saying, oh, just go ahead and do it. Shove more people on your bus, right? There's nothing they can do geographically to fix that. We are on the back of bushlands, which we love, right? So we are susceptible to bushfire risk. It's just a thing. Now, if you'd been at one of our meetings a couple of weeks ago, unfortunately he couldn't be here today, Greg Mullins, he predicted the fires that were on the south coast. He was Commissioner of Fire and Rescue at the time. He was warning ScoMo for 6 months before that was going to happen. Right, they ignored him. Greg came and said, all of the conditions that occurred at that time are happening right now. A lot of undergrowth growing because we're having a lot of rain, potential for a very dry summer, right? So the conditions for that to occur again are percolating right now, and he has suggested that we will have a major bushfire event, hopefully not the same as the South Coast, but in the early new year. If the evacuation routes do clag up because of overpopulation, there's only one place, we're all heading to the beach. And they want to put more density into the area. I say they've either been conned by the developers or they made a terrible mistake. I said to Chris Minns, you've made a mistake. Simon Dunn's here today from the people who want to break away and form Pittwater Council. He'll talk a little bit about that. I came away going, I think that's the only way we're going to get any action here. So every so many years, every elections, we get to remind them who employs them. So we have a deadline on this fight, clear deadline. It's March, right? It's the lead up to that, and we're going to give them a hard time. But we need you noisy, and we need you joining us.